everybody, this is Matteo, and we are evolving some Pokemon, starting with Abra, which evolves at level 16 into a lawsuit. You just got sued by a psychic. Yes, we have Kadabra now, and upon evolution he learns confusion, so we can finally do some fighting. And likewise, Charmander at level 16 will evolve. I'm not going to evolve them to their final stage just yet because it would take forever. So I'm being reasonable with the levels here. And this is a great place to level grind too, because as well as this grassy area, you also have the cave to the east there that has like level 20, maybe even a level 30 Pokemon if you get lucky. Either way, like Oddish at level 21, Bellsprout will evolve. And also like Oddish, when it evolves, and to evolve it into its third form, it needs a Leaf Stone, so we're going to be shoving this new Pokemon in the box for a while until we can do that. Either way though, we have Weepin' Bell now. And there's quite a bit more to be had. So okay, we are now in the town. And if we go over to this house and talk to the guy, he loves fishing. And we get the old rod, which can only be used to catch one Pokemon, and after you catch that one Pokemon, then you can go put it in the box. So let's go do that. Here we go, the old rod. Apparently I can't set it to select or anything like that. I can't register it like in the newer games. So we're just going to continuously do this until I can catch the Pokemon I want. Ah, there we go. Maybe this is the Pokemon I want. Indeed it is, Magikarp, the rather joke Pokemon because of how weak it is, and indeed it is pretty weak. It doesn't learn any actual attacks until level like 15, and even then it's Tackle. Until then it can just Splash, which does absolutely nothing. So we could just and it's at level 5, so anything that we do will kill it. Faint it, whatever. So we want to make sure to hurt it with poison until it takes enough damage for the Pokeball to work. So I'm just going to wait some turns until poison does its job, and we could possibly catch it. So that's going to take a while, so we have like a minute. This is one of the few times that I suggest using poison to catch a Pokemon as well, otherwise you're basically put on a timer and it could get rather difficult to catch it. So yeah, what have I been up to? I have finally moved to the annotations for Final Fantasy IV, so I'm finally all caught up with that again. Now let's just hope that YouTube doesn't screw with me and put the player thing, like the play button, everything, at the top of the screen and have it jump out from there. I also finally made my my test recording of Final Fantasy 13, and that went pretty well. I found some problems, I can work them out. Main thing I'm trying to figure out though is widescreen. Why is that being so difficult? I figured out about like square pixels, but I can't get the capture device to record with those square pixels, and I don't know whether it's the dazzle or the fact that my TV isn't widescreen. I have one of those really old TVs that's like a gigantic box. I don't have one of those like thin 2-inch whatevers. But either way, we are finally heading to the east some to explore, catch some new Pokemon, especially the ones in this cave. You can really only find 2 Pokemon in this cave. Basically, they're both the evolved forms. Magikarp up front might not be the best idea though, so we're going to move Pidgeotto up front. But this is called Diglett Cave, so if you could guess, within this cave we find Diglett, and its evolved form Dugtrio sometimes. But yeah, we're going to want to catch this Diglett. It's a level 21, so it's pretty good, and it's super effective against the gym leader here, so it's helpful even there. So if you started with a Squirtle and you don't have anything that would do very well against electric type Pokemon, then you want to catch a Diglett. But I'm catching it because it's going to be a good member of the team. That's right, the first actual member of my team is this Diglett that will soon become a not a Dodrio, Dugtrio. Yay, Pikachu teleported. Now we're heading on over here. Battling the trainers, catching a couple more Pokemon. Just completionist OCD stuff. Anyway, this guy's Akins. And not only that, but Diglett is also good against poison-type Pokemon. Which you really don't have much of. I mean, you have Kadabra, but he can't evolve into his third form until you trade him. That, and I'd rather not get sued for playing this game and having Kadabra. Then, like, everybody uses Kadabra, so I'm skipping it. I'm also having Magikarp up front and switching him out so he can get some experience so he can evolve. He evolves at level 20, and he actually becomes useful at that point. That's the big gimmick behind him. He's useless in his first form, but then when he evolves, he becomes a beast, literally. Either way, we have another youngster, Sandshrew. We're going to go with Gloom. For a short while, at least, I'm going to have Gloom and Mankey with me. Gloom because it's good against a bunch of water types and ground and rock types. Although Pikachu is good against water types as well, I always like to have that backup, just in case. And Mankey because he's Mankey. He needs to evolve. It'll take him a while to evolve. So he needs all the experience he can get. And, of course, Pikachu is confused. Don't hit yourself. Oh, Pikachu. Okay, so let's try this again. Pidgeotto, who still doesn't know a flying-type move, even though it's level 20 freaking free. I said freakin', like it was TH, and then free, like it was an F. Dyslexia! There's a gambler down there. Oh yeah, by the way, Pikachu's back. We went to the Pokemon Center. I actually skipped like 2 trainers here accidentally. I think they're both gamblers. One of them has grass-type Pokemon, the other one has water-type Pokemon. One of them is at the bottom left-hand corner of this route, and the other one is towards the top. Those are the 2 I accidentally skipped, and you can go fight them if you want. I fight them off screen because I forgot. Anyways, we have another youngster here with the usual Nidoran, family, Rattatas, stuff like that. Basically, you can kind of tell what kind of Pokemon a person's going to have by what they're called. If they're a youngster, then they're going to have Nidorans and Rattatas and stuff like that. And if they're Matteo, I'm going to have to cough right now. Excuse me, ow. If they're a gambler, then they're going to have a couple Pokemon of the same type, either fire, grass, or water. Okay, apparently this is the grass one, so apparently I skipped the fire and the water one. I think. Now, but I really don't know. It would be really useful right now if Pidgeotto had a freaking flying type move. And now we're wrapped and sleeping. Ah. Come on. Actually, Bellsprout's special raising is pretty bad. Because it really only knows Wrap at this point. It might know Vine Whip, but Vine Whip wouldn't do all that great against Pidgeotto. Pidgeotto anyways, but come on, Pidgeotto, wake up. There we go. There. That only took 10 minutes longer than it should have. And Oddish, we're not even going to mess with Oddish. We're just going to have Magikarp go out so it can get experience. And Pidgeotto's coming back in. Oddish isn't nearly as annoying as Bellsprout is because it doesn't have Wrap. However, it does still have the status-afflicting move, so it could very well put Pidgeotto to sleep or paralyze it. But instead, it's just going to absorb, which does like 2 damage, so we're fine. But you have a lot of high-level Pokemon here, a lot of high-level trainers. So you do have a bunch of experience to give out to a bunch of Pokemon, which is basically what I'm doing. There's an electric trainer right there, one that we don't see very often. He's laying down some cables. Well, he is an engineer, and we don't see the engineer sprite very often, only like twice. I think there might be one in the gym upcoming, but whatever. Also, in this generation, both Steel and Dark type were not discovered. So, at this point, Magnemite is only Electric type, nothing else. So, don't be expecting Fire or Fighting to be super effective on it. Only ground. Luckily, Pokemon abilities weren't discovered, otherwise Magnemite have Levitate. Although I'm pretty sure Magnemite doesn't have Levitate. It has, like, Soundproof and maybe something else. There's the other engineer. What's that? You're building a dispenser. Laying down a sentry? Oh, that's good. We can finally defend our base. I'm sorry, what? Well then. Next we're going to have to battle a Pyro. Anyways, could we please? There we go. It gets kind of annoying to have to switch out a Pokemon though, because you waste a turn doing that. But at least they're getting experience. I mean, Magikarp is level 12 already. He started at level 7. And 2 of those levels from level 5 were just battling in the wild doing this exact same thing. And oh my god. Magneton is pretty dangerous. I used him in Pokemon Crystal and he actually ended up being pretty well. He was very good. There we go, Poison Powder. Because he's not Steel type, he doesn't negate poison. Ha ha. And now we're just going to slowly absorb him away as well. Because that's not doing so much for whatever reason. Probably because Magneton has a very high special stat. And special stat counts for both special attack and special defense. And Gloom's special attack isn't that great. It's okay. Gigantic prairie of absolute nothingness. Hooray. Yeah, there's the other gambler. But there are 2 more in this route somewhere. So what does this one have? I think he has the fire types. Nope, electric types. Okay. Again, Voltorb isn't that dangerous. Doesn't learn very many not fire. Of course it doesn't learn very many fire type moves. It doesn't learn very many electric type moves. However, it does have Sonic Boom. That does 20 damage always. Which could take out any of your Pokemon in 3 to 4 hits. Especially if your Pokemon keeps on missing the attack. There we go. Critical hit. Take that. Magikarp level 13. Still doesn't know any actual attacks. Still just Splash. And even when it learns Tackle, it's not that great. Tackle will do very little. Magikarp's main stat is defense. It doesn't have very much HP either. No, actually it kind of does. It's just really low level. That's why it seems like it doesn't have much HP. But whatever. Either way, oh man, this is going on for a while now. We could go over here. And what's up here? There's usually an aid up in one of these buildings. Hello. Yes, I do remember you. Caught 30 kinds, supposed to give you an item finder. I believe I have... Yes, I have 35 types. There we go. Yep. Still not going to use it, because I don't really care for the underground items. You could use that in the underground passage and find a bunch of stuff, but I really don't care enough to do so. And that's pretty much all we can do there. There's a gigantic sleeping Pokemon in our way that we'll get to later on. But for now, we can't progress that way. It's still one of the most ingenious, you can't progress this way because reasons I've heard. The giant sleeping Pokemon that you have to find a certain item to wake up, that is amazingly funny. I accidentally cut out that entire battle. Oops. I meant to speed it up, but whatever, he probably just had Nidorans and Rattatas and stuff. Either way, here's the Gambler that I almost skipped. I'm pretty sure he's the Fire-type one. No, he's not. He's the Water-type one. The Fire-type one probably had, like, Vulpix and Growlithe. But either way, Gloom should do pretty well here, because he's asleep, of course. That's why. Could we please... Oh, man, come on. Bubble's not even doing that much. You're just wasting time. Stop it with that. Critical hit, 2 damage. You're not doing anything. Gloom! There we go. And good thing it missed, too. Otherwise... There. We healed up all the damage that you did to him and more. And now Magikarp is level 14. So we're getting there. And he also has a Horsey, which is a pure water type, I believe, and when it fully evolves in Crystal, at least, it becomes a water dragon type. Speaking of water dragon type, Magikarp's evolved form, which we will be meeting very soon, either at the end of this episode or the next one, It was meant to be water dragon type, but they thought it would be too overpowered because it would only have the one weakness being dragon type, and there was only one dragon type move, which I'm pretty sure is Dragon Rage, which does a set 40 damage. So basically, Gyarados had no weakness, so they made it water flying type instead. Either way, we're going to head back to the Pokemon Center now and heal. And I think that's pretty much it for this episode. So, if you enjoyed this grind fest of trainers and evolving Pokemon and stuff, then subscribe to see more of just that, I guess. Rate the video and comment. And I will see you all next time. Bye.